Liverpool look set to take another decisive step in their summer rebuild, with fresh developments emerging around a potential defensive addition. Behind the scenes, talks have progressed steadily in recent weeks, and the club now appears to be moving closer to securing one of their key targets. As Arne Slot continues shaping the squad in his image, this latest move could have a significant impact on how Liverpool approach the rest of the window. So who is involved, and what does this mean for Liverpool going forward? Let's break this down, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Liverpool are champions again. To mark this historic 20th league title, we've just launched our exclusive Champions collection of t-shirts. Celebrate in style and show your pride with official gear made for real Reds. Head over to copiclothing.com or just click the link in the description and grab yours while stocks last. But first, Nat Phillips will depart Liverpool on a permanent basis this summer, leaving the club after almost a decade and having taken in 5 loan spells since 2019. Having joined the club from Bolton in 2016, Phillips emerged as a reliable emergency option for Jurgen Klopp during an injury crisis at centre-back. But having penned a new 5-year contract after his breakout campaign in 2020-21, the no-nonsense defender often found himself priced out of a long-term move elsewhere. That will change this summer, as the Telegraph's John Percy reports on X that Phillips is set to complete a permanent transfer to West Brom this week, likely for a nominal fee. Phillips is expected to join Ryan Mason's side ahead of the start of pre-season, which kicks off with initial testing on Wednesday. This comes following contact with Liverpool last week, and with fellow Championship side Wrexham among their rivals for the 28-year-old signature. A move to the Hawthorns will provide Phillips with more stability after temporary spells with Stuttgart, Bournemouth, Celtic, Cardiff, and most recently Derby. With it likely, he takes up a first-choice starting role. Phillips made 29 appearances for Liverpool's first team, debuting in 2019/20 before playing 20 times in the following campaign as he formed a partnership with Reece Williams. That came with Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez and Joel Matip all sidelined, and Klopp turning to his academy after experimenting with the likes of Fabinho, Jordan Henderson and Loni Ozan-Kabak as centre-back options. His commitment during that campaign, which saw Liverpool finish 3rd against the odds, earned Phillips cult status among supporters. But it has long been the case that he has needed a permanent move elsewhere, only for the club to seemingly price him out of a potential transfer amid ongoing interest. Clubs in the Bundesliga, Serie A, the Eredivisie and the Turkish Super League have been named as suitors in years gone by, but a switch to the Championship should allow Phillips to settle as a stalwart and, hopefully, gain a place back in the Premier League. Now, in a huge defender deal, Liverpool are stepping up their pursuit of Marc Guehi this week, with talks advancing behind the scenes as the Reds edge closer to finalising personal terms with the Crystal Palace defender. After weeks of groundwork, Liverpool are now preparing to make an official approach, armed with knowledge of Palace's valuation and a growing sense of urgency to fend off rival suitors. The Anfield club have wasted no time this summer, already securing high-profile signings in Jeremy Frimpong and Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. Milos Kerkez is all but confirmed, bolstering Arne Slot's fullback depth. But while those arrivals strengthen the flanks, attention is now turning inward, towards the heart of the defence. Guehi, a long-term target for Liverpool, has emerged as the prime candidate to reinforce their central options. The 24-year-old England international, who has earned 23 caps, has just 1 year left on his deal at Selhurst Park, placing Palace in a position where they may have little choice but to cash in. While the Eagles initially valued Guehi at over £75 million, the realities of his contract situation have forced a rethink. Sources now indicate that Palace will consider offers in the region of £45 to £50 million. Liverpool, for their part, are laying the final pieces in place before making their move. According to Fabrizio Romano, the club are waiting for the completion of Jarell Quansah's £35 million switch to Bayer Leverkusen, a deal that will include a buyback clause, before activating their shortlist of centre-back targets, with Guehi firmly near the top. Romano confirmed, as soon as the Quansah deal is completed, very soon, Liverpool will activate centre-back options. Marc Guehi has been on the shortlist for months and is highly appreciated by Liverpool, as well as other Premier League clubs. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace appear to be preparing for life after Guehi. Reports suggest the club are in advanced talks to sign Ousmane Diomande from Sporting CP, with the Ivorian defender believed to be available for between £40 to £50 million. Palace see the 21-year-old as a ready-made replacement and are hoping to use funds from Guehi's departure to seal a club record deal. Despite whispers of potential interest from Barcelona and speculation that Guehi could opt to run down his contract, sources close to the situation maintain that Palace favour a sale this summer. Journalist Ben Jacobs reports the Eagles are keen to cash in, rather than lose their captain on a free next year, and are prepared to stick to a high valuation given the level of Premier League interest and the time remaining in the transfer window. Liverpool are not the only club monitoring the situation. Newcastle United and Spurs have both been linked, adding pressure on the Reds to act decisively. However, according to the Liverpool Echo, sporting director Richard Hughes and his team are prepared to play the long game if it means landing the defender on the right terms. With multiple moving parts and high-profile clubs circling, the coming days could be pivotal in determining where Guehi's future lies. For Liverpool, it may soon be time to turn long-term admiration into action. In other news, Milos Kerkez's £40 million transfer to Liverpool is expected to be formally announced on Tuesday, with a left-back flying in for his medical on Monday. Liverpool shook on a deal with Bournemouth worth £40 million last week to sign 21-year-old left-back Kerkez, who had already agreed personal terms, with the Hungary international having enjoyed a post-season holiday in his native Serbia. A medical will now take place over Monday and Tuesday. Journalist David Lynch, whose work can be found on Substack, was first to report that Kerkez will travel to Merseyside on Monday. The first part of his medical is expected to take place soon after his arrival, along with media duties, including an official photo shoot and an interview with LFC TV. That will allow Kerkez's transfer to be confirmed on Tuesday, following the second part of his medical and signing his contract. According to The Athletic's David Ornstein, Kerkez will put pen to paper on a 5-year deal which will tie him to the Premier League champions until 2030. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.